Hi guys, I'm going to show you how to make a bulk batch of blank tickets today. This kind of style here. These are ones that were bought for a crafting pack. I'm not even sure what make they are. But I made some tickets in a group that I'm on Facebook the other day, and I got so many questions about it that I decided to make a little bulk batch with you to show how I create blanks. But if you're not all that into making them, I do have this printout here of the ones that I made last week. I turned them into printout, and I'll put the link below to my blog post where the free printout is. As you can see, they look absolutely so cute when you cut them out and fold them up. So I'm going to show you how to make some ticket blanks, bulk batch, and I'm just going to use regular, I think this is cream linen effect paper. I just wanted some textured paper, and I'm simply going to use the width of a regular metal ruler as the width of my ticket. Now this is so extremely simple to do. I don't know why I didn't think of it when I was making my tickets the first time. You're just going to go down your entire page, lining up your ruler. Obviously, if you want to make different thicknesses of strips, you don't need to use the width of a ruler. You can make them any thickness you want, but this is for bulk making and fast techniques, I guess. So I'm going to go down, and as you can see, as many as I could fit. That got me 6 strips on one sheet of paper, and then I'm going to work out the actual length that I want each ticket to be. Now the tickets that I made last time turned out a really cute length, and they were about 2 inches. So I'm just going to go with that measurement, and I'm going to put little dashes along the top edge of my paper. I'm going to move my ruler up so I'll get it exact. I'm just going to make a little tiny dash at 2 inches right across the entirety of the paper. Just keep your pencil lines really light, and then they just disappear when you're decorating your ticket. You won't even notice them. So using those little guides, you're going to turn your paper sideways, and you're going to use them to fold your paper. Now as long as you line up the straight edges on that corner, it should be a perfectly straight line. And you're going to do that for every little mark there is on the paper. You're just going to fold it back the way, line up that little dash you made, line up the edges of the paper, and then score along like so. So once you've done that all the way to the bottom, we're going to move on to the next step. Now you don't need to use white paper for this. You could use scrapbook paper, tea stained paper, even thin card. I'm just doing it on this paper because this is, I think this is like a 140 GSM linen look paper. It's quite substantial. It's thicker than copier paper, and it feels nice for like tickets because it's textured, and it is slightly ivory in colour, although I tend to like tea stain more, so I picked like a blank colour so that I could ink this as many ways as I want, or I could tea stain the individual tickets. Okay, so once you've got that all laid out like so, you want to fold your creases the other way too. This will make them just a bit more pliable. You can fold it backwards or forwards, and it'll also straighten out the paper a little bit because the paper's been bent both ways. It won't curl up on you as much. So once you've done that, you're going to cut along these lines. And I'm just going to use a cutting mat and a paper craft blade. I don't even know what it's called. You can do this with scissors, you could do it with a ruler and a knife. However you do it is up to you. This is just quickness. I think I actually lost it at this point and I was looking for it. Okay, so I'm just going to cut along that strip with this I don't even know what it's called, this cutting thing. And as you can see, nice and easy, quick and easy. And we're going to cut all of them out, and we're going to disregard the little strip that's at the bottom. So once you have all your strips cut out, you're going to pile them up like so. Now I have a strip at the end that is a little bit shorter because of just how I measured out the ticket length I want. You could keep it on the end and make half a ticket there as if it's been torn, or I think I end up cutting it off pretty soon. You want to clip all your papers together, make sure they're all lined up perfectly. I wasn't paying attention and one of my back strips is actually the wrong way round, but I do come back to it and fix it in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to clip all my papers together to keep them held in place. You can use paper clips, you can use little clips like this, or crocodile clips, whatever. I realized I had one the wrong way around, so I took it off and fixed it. And I'm also going to cut off my half ticket on the end. I'm not fussed about having it there. You don't need to do that. You can leave your little size at the end if you've made them exact same size as me. I'm going to use just a regular paper punch here. This is just a single one, but you can use a normal office paper punch. And on the end ones like this, I'm just going to cut out corners, but on these ones in the middle, we're going to use half of the hole. As you can see, look from underneath your hole punch and you can see you've got half the paper in there. You're going to go down every fold that we made, putting the fold line in the center, and that will give you even half circles all the way down your ticket. As you can see, just work your way down, and I'd say 6 strips at a time. Most paper punches can comfortably cut that. If you've got a paper punch that can handle more, you could do way more strips of paper at one time. So once you've done that, you're going to move the clips to the other side to hold everything in place, and you're just going to repeat that on the other side of the tickets, going down the other side. So once you've done that, you can take them off. Now, what you do between the tickets is totally up for you. I've seen some people punch holes, but I'm going to use this here. This is actually a little wheel for sewing patterns. It is a little dash thing. It makes little holes, and I'm just going to run across the fold of every single ticket. You don't need to do this. You can totally leave your tickets just as folded lines. You could add a couple of little punched holes. You could just use a pointy tool or a needle to put some little dots if you wanted. Then you're going to fold up your ticket, and voila, you have a blank ready to use ticket. And if you just run your little tool over all of these, you have 6 ready to use tickets for your stash. But I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to take one step further and show you how I would prepare some of these for vintage. I'm just using a vintage photo ink, and I'm going to distress all the way around. Now, to get the little fold line in the center, you just need to fold up your tickets to make it a single ticket, and voila. I would do the whole strip at one time. I wouldn't just do one at a time, but as you can see, it makes it look vintage already. And one step further, you could even go as far as pre-stamping a background on all your blanks and have them ready that you literally just need to pull them out, add a couple of decorations on, and they're ready to go. You could do them with colored paper. You could do them, I'm going to show you here, you could make them with book paper with napkins laid over. Some napkins here I'm going to show you. I'd taken this book paper here that I'm about to show you, and I had Mod Podged a single layer of napkin over the top, and this would be really good for cutting into strips. I think that would make a really pretty set of tickets for more of a floral or shabby chic theme. Now for the background stamp, I normally use tea stained paper, so I would normally stamp a background image in my vintage photo, but as I've used that to do the colour of my ticket, I'm going to show you in a darker colour. Now this is a stamp set that I kept getting asked about in the journaling group where I posted my original stamps, so I'll put a link for this exact stamp kit below. I'm going to use the large stamp, which is the one specifically I kept getting asked about, which is a little collage of tickets. Now, as I said, normally I would print this in the light colour, but as I've already used that colour, it wouldn't show up very well, so I'm going to do it in a darker colour. If this was going to be my background stamp, I would do it in a much more subtle colour, but I don't really have another in-between shade between vintage photo and my stays on ganache. Now, because it's a big stamp larger than the area, I'm going to mask off my ticket by folding it over the edge of a piece of paper. I was just checking I had the stamp on the right way. And then it will close off all the other tickets for you, so you can stamp a large image over the edges of the ticket without touching all the other tickets, as you can see. It just keeps your tickets nice and clean and no overlap, so that's how you can decorate them one at a time. So simple to do it that way. And I would do obviously the whole strip this way, like this, and then that would go in my stash as something I could just pick up. I would probably do it on both sides too, maybe a different pattern on the back. The beauty of making them in a blank paper like this is that you can stain them any color, you can put anything on them, and they're just a great little addition to have in your stash of ready to grab things. Tickets are so popular right now. That's why I was really excited to be able to make my own. I just think they're fabulous, and I love little tickets. Now the printout ones, I did get asked about these stamps quite a lot. Some of the stamps are from this kit, but some of them were from all different kits that I've used, and I can't really tell you where most of them came from. I think some are from AliExpress, but some of them are now discontinued. Anything I used here, I will try and leave a supply list down below so that you can make your own tickets. So I will catch you in the next one.